Hi, it's Colin Cowherd. I started The Volume to bring you some of the most authentic voices in sports. While you're here, make sure you hit subscribe. Thanks. What a zany weekend. Walk off as the Rams, in great trouble, almost pulling a Chris Webber at Michigan and a Greg Norman at the Masters. The Rams go on, Stafford a Cooper Cup over the top, then the field goal to win it. I said throughout the course of the year, why were there so many upsets in the NFL? I mean, the Jags beat the Buffalo Bills at one point. The Jags also beat the Colts. The Texans beat the Chargers. Good team. Because I said there's no really, truly great team. There's only a handful of really, really terrible teams. And everybody, depending on the health of your team, is within 7 to 10 points of each other. I mean, let's be honest. Tampa's offensive line, because of the Wirfs injury, and Donovan Smith, the left tackle, really struggled today. There's your ball game, is that the Rams overwhelmingly dominate the first three quarters because Tom Brady can't get protection. And then the Rams, and it's semi-predictable, got tight. There is something about playing Brady. You've got a big lead. You can sense you have him. And McVay's play calling was tight. Stafford got tight. The center got tight. Cam Akers fumbled. That's almost inevitable when you're facing Brady in a situation like that. But, my takeaway is everybody, the Packers, the Niners, the Titans, the Bengals, the Rams, the Bucs, the Bills, the Chiefs, everybody, just look at who's playing and who's hurt week to week in this league, and that often tells you the outcome. If your protection like Brady is compromised, it really is a lot to overcome. And Stafford, most of the day, had better protection. Aaron Donald was just a handful for the Buccaneers' offensive front. As much as I like Brady, I have Brady fatigue, I have LeBron fatigue, and I have Alabama football fatigue. It is not that they don't deserve credit and recognition and adulation, but I've kind of seen this story over and over and over, and it feels like we're going on 10 years for Alabama, 15 for LeBron, and 20 for Brady. So I'm happy for the Rams. It's a new story. When I look at this Rams team, I do think at key positions, quarterback, running back, wide receiver, corner, pass rushers, defensive tackle, they're really a hard team to beat. Buffalo Bills don't have their secondary. Kansas City doesn't have their running game. I do feel like the most complete team left is the Los Angeles Rams. And now they get, for the second time in a short period, they get the 49ers at home. So the 49ers go home, get back on a plane, another road game. I like the Rams in that game. I have no idea what the line is. I know Kyle Shanahan has owned McVay. Boy, I like the Rams in this one. Rams appear to come out of the game pretty healthy. I think Cam Akers has added an explosive element despite his fumbles. I think he's added an explosive element. I felt overwhelmingly today the Rams were the better football team. I thought Brady and the Buccaneers took advantage of a very tight Rams team in the fourth quarter, but I think the better team won. I don't necessarily feel that about the Packers losing to the 49ers. I don't necessarily feel that with the Titans losing to Cincinnati. I don't. I just think the Titans, Tannehill made a terrible throw. I think the special teams for the Packers unraveled what looked like a sure win or a seemingly sure win. But I think the Rams are the better football team. I think McVay is a little slicker than Bruce Arians. I think Stafford has a better arm than Brady, though not the resume. I think the Rams are a healthier team now on both the offensive line and wide receiver than the Bucs are, and the right team won. Last year, the Bucs played the Super Bowl at home. Is it going to be SoFi so good for the Rams in the playoffs? My gut feeling is they're going to be favored over the 49ers, and they will beat the 49ers. You know what I really like about the Rams, though? And I know Brady losing is probably a bigger story, but I like their mindset. I like them going for it with Von Miller. That got a lot of criticism. How great has he been? How great was Von Miller today? Multiple occasions. And that's what the Rams are doing with Von Miller and OBJ. Because the culture is so strong and the roster is so strong, they're not asking them to be Aaron Donald and Cooper Kupp. Can you make big plays in big games in crucial spots? Last week it was OBJ. This week it was Von Miller. Now, some people are speculating that Tom Brady would consider retiring. I mean, come on, he's in the MVP race. I don't see him retiring. Injuries beat this team up. Between Chris Godwin and between Antonio Brown's flameout and the offensive line, last year the Bucs got healthy at the end of the year. This year they fell apart. Last year the Chiefs fell apart at the end of the year. This year the Chiefs got healthy. So this is a game of attrition. They've added another game to the regular season, and I think Tampa Bay, second long playoff run in a row, physically, little fatigue sets in. I thought they were incredibly flat today. I thought all the units, the drops, the mistakes, Tampa just didn't come out with a ton of juice, and they paid for it. I do think Brady returns. I have my questions, though, about Bruce Arians. He retired once before, not really a broadcasting guy, tried it, didn't like it, very much a family person. I could see Bruce Arians walking away, and especially if he was ensured that Todd Bowles was going to get the job. Byron Leftwich I worry about because what I've been told by two different sources is Brady and Arians run this offense. Byron Leftwich he's not setting up the game plan, and once the game starts, Tom has real control of this offense. So I think Leftwich could eventually get a head coaching job. I would take Bowles over Byron Leftwich today in Tampa. So I think if Bruce Arians felt Bowles would get it from ownership, he may step away. And then would that change Tom Brady's decision? Who knows? He is so addicted, so obsessed with the sport, I can't see him in a year where he had an MVP-level production calling it quits. All right, Rams move on to the NFC Championship. Now let's talk Bills and Chiefs in a few hours.